Alright, so, it was kind of a seesaw battle between Might Magic Gate and Baldur's Gate. Um, I actually let the poll run for a little while, just because I wasn't ready to actually record anything yesterday. And when I looked at it today, Baldur's Gate was ahead, so... Um, Baldur's Gate is actually a pretty big undertaking, but I usually breeze through the first one pretty quickly. So I thought I'd go ahead and do both games in succession here. This is the Enhanced Edition. Now, the Enhanced Edition is basically just the old game with an engine update, plus, unfortunately, a lot of poorly written garbage added, which I will be ignoring. So, I do like the engine updates, right? There's, you know, graphics engine is better. There was some key bugs in the engine, the old engine that was fixed. So I still couldn't say I would recommend buying this. Like I said, it inserts a lot of trash that unfortunately you can't really avoid too much. It's got like four... Is it 4? No, I think it is 4 NPCs that they added that are kind of just horribly written. You know, if you can stand all that, then and you want an update to the Baldur's Gate engine, you really like Baldur's Gate. It's a bonus, you know, because they do fix a lot of stuff that couldn't actually be fixed in the old engine because some of the bugs in the previous Baldur's Gate were actually kind of hard-coded into the engine, despite the fact that a lot of people made a lot of user-made patches. So take that as it, you know, as you will. But I don't know. I don't know if I could recommend. I'm not sure what I paid for this when it first came out. I do remember I kind of got it like pretty early when it came out. I think I guess I was a lot more into Baldur's Gate back then. That was several years ago. So I you know, snatched it up quite quickly. And, you know, there wasn't really any information about any of the other stuff that was added. So, anyway. But, yeah. We're going to just play through the regular Baldur's Gate. And then we're going to go on to Baldur's Gate 2. I'm not going to do the Black Pits thing. Again, that's part of the crappy stuff that was added, and I'm not into that. So, here we go. You may notice a lot of things look different here. I guess we might as well watch the intro, so we're gonna watch the intro. Oh yeah.
No, you can't. I will be the last. And you will go first. Jimmy, please!
Speaking of crappy stuff that was added, I remember the intro being a lot better in the original version, but oh well, we'll watch it. Okay, so that was brief enough. Let me go ahead and see here. They've added a lot of graphical options here, which is kind of nice. Oh, you may be wondering why such a low resolution. It's 1024 by 768 that I'm running it in. First of all, I don't have a widescreen monitor yet. I'm working on getting one. Secondly, I ran it in, you know, the highest resolution I could, and it seemed like the characters were just too tiny, and it bothered me a little bit. It just was too different from what I remember. You know, the feel of the first game, where you do have, like, you're not totally zoomed out, but then you're not so close that you can't see anything. And so I found that this resolution was more acceptable than the highest, so that's why it's you know, this low. Plus, it saves a little memory when I'm recording the videos, because the the video files that I'm recording here, I'm using fraps, and they're just enormous. So yeah, they're like 100 gigs or something like that when I'm done with an hour. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, you have a lot of nice little options that was added. Sprite outlines. Let's go ahead and try that off. Grayscale on pause. Yeah, we'll keep that on. So you even have health bars and HP and all this stuff. That's not bad. That's not bad. Language, I guess you could change the language. Gameplay, okay, I have these cranked up. The mouse scroll speed seems awfully slow, even though I have it cranked up to max. So, I don't know. Story mode. Story mode, I think, pops up dialogue. I find it kind of annoying, so I turn it off. Area map background. What is this? Accessible terrain on the... Yeah. No thanks. Multiplayer checkbox. Gore, weather, group infravision, rest until healed. Max HP on level up, okay. I don't know. Maybe I should turn that off. Or should I? Should I leave that on or not? We'll turn the max HP on level up off. I'm going to play on core rules. They actually have, let's see, you go up to insane. Problem with that is to really deal with that, because, you know, monsters, it's a really large amount of damage, that range of damage that monsters can do, and so if you get unlucky, if you're on insane difficulty, then they'll just one-shot pretty much everybody. And I don't really want to play where I have to, like, counter that with, you know, making my party in a certain way, so as I have, like, one guy that absorbs all the damage, and I don't want to mess with that. I just want to play through kind of normally, so I'm going with core rules here. Let's see here. Everything else, that's fine. I say let's go ahead and go single-player game. New game. Gender. Man, they added some new portraits. Oh, they added even more, actually. Yeah, you can get some new portraits. I don't know. I think kind of I prefer the old ones, to be honest. I'm going to make an archer, so I'm going to use that guy. Race. Okay, well, by the way, this is one of those core engine fixes that I like. I believe, now this said, in the old version, it always gave you the impression that elves got like 90% resistance against charm and sleep magic, +1 Thaco for bows, short swords, and long swords, you know, and all these other bonuses. But I think they weren't actually implemented in the original engine. So in this, in the Enhanced Edition, I believe they actually have implemented this stuff. So it does actually make a difference. 90% resistance against charm and sleep. Charm's pretty nasty, especially in the first game. Sleep not really. You don't run it across it a whole lot, but charm especially, that's really nasty. So that's actually a pretty big bonus. I'm not going to be dual classing, so I'm not really going to care about going human. Also, you can... they added... and this is one of the cool things about the Enhanced Edition. They did add some kits, some of which are pretty cool. And, yeah, it's pretty interesting, some of them. A little overpowered, in fact. In fact, way overpowered, I think you could argue. But it's kind of cool to play with some new kits. Anyway, so yeah, I think we're gonna go elf, because I'm gonna go archer. Ranger. Oh, let me talk about some of the new kits here real quick. Sorcery. They made a Dragon Disciple Sorcerer kit, which I think I also ran across in... I don't play D&D, by the way, but I have played, like, not Neverwinter Nights. What is it called? Maybe it is called Neverwinter Nights. Anyway, I think it was Neverwinter Nights... No, it wasn't... No, I'm thinking of something else. I don't know. I played one BioWare D&D game that also had it was a Red Dragon Disciple. And so this is where I remember this from. Sorry, I'm really not a D&D expert. I never got into that. But anyway, it gives you can cast one fewer spell per day, which is pretty restrictive, but not terribly bad. But in addition, you kind of become a fighter. You gain a lot more hit points than you normally would. And you have a breath weapon that can really wreak some havoc. It's actually pretty cool. Although I'd say probably by the end of the game it's not that impressive because you have literally breath, what is that, Dragon's Breath. By the time you get to level 20 you're probably already sporting Dragon's Breath as a spell, and your breath weapon, your once a day breath weapon isn't going to be that impressive. But it also gives you fire resistance, more AC and Constitution, and more hit points, which is always nice because you do occasionally take damage even as a sorcerer. There's a Thief kit. It was a Shadow Dancer, and it gives you, by God, it gives you hide in plain sight. So in other words, you can actually hide, go into hide mode right out in the open. You don't need to go into like a shadow or anything. And that sounds pretty overpowered. I don't remember if I actually tried this out or not, but it sounds crazy overpowered. Because literally you can just hide, right next to someone and just backstab them just like that. Cast Shadow Step. Shadow Step is step into the shadow plane for 7 seconds while other flows in time. So I guess you could just basically, for 7 seconds, you can move around. Basically, it seems like a time stop where you can just move. That's what it seems like. Again, I don't remember if I actually played with this anymore at all. And you get Slippery Mind, +1 bonus to save throws. Disadvantage, you only get ×4 to your backstab. Only 20 points for skill level, and you don't have the set snare. Actually, set snare is pretty... That gets pretty good later. I don't know if that includes you can't set like the high-level ability snares, like the time stop trap, or the what's the other one? There's two other ones, I think. One does a fireball damage. Anyway, there's a couple high-level abilities that are traps, and I don't know if this restricts you from getting those or not. I haven't played through with this guy, I don't think. But it seems pretty ridiculous just being able to hide in shadows at any point. Especially as a solo character, that seemed like it would be really nice. Let's see, what else? Any new mages? Oh no, this is just, okay, no. There's a wild mage, but that's available in the regular game. I think there's a new cleric now. This actually was just recently added with a newer patch, and it's the Priest of Tyr. Exaltation enables, let's see, I guess it's just an instant heal thing. Oh, it heals like some nasty mental effects, but I think a spell does that too, so... Fear, sleep, unconscious intoxication. I think that's chaotic commands is all that is, so that's not a big deal. May cast Divine Favor. Divine Favor grants him +1 bonus to hit and damage roll for every 3 levels. I could get pretty ridiculous, actually. How many times can he cast that? Once per day to 10 levels. So you get about, I guess over the course of the game, you get maximum of 5 casting of Divine Favor. And it grants +1 bonus to hit and damage rolls for every 3 levels. That could get pretty extreme, like, at level 40, that's like 13, +13 to hit and damage, which is pretty crazy. So that sounds pretty interesting. I never really played around much with the Thief kits, though. Was there a new Ranger? No. It's a new Fighter, right? There's a new Fighter, but only if you're a Dwarf. There's a Dwarven Defender, and that's a pretty broken class from what I could tell. because you get a defensive stance that you can use every so many levels, which is actually pretty often. You know, I think you probably get about 10 charges of it eventually, and your speed is slowed by 50%, but all your damage resistance is upped by 50%. And if you know anything about, well, at least I could say how the game used to work. If you get damage, you could get damage resistance up to 100%, where you take no damage. And if you go over that, if you say would get 120 resistance in like blunt damage, then you actually get healed if you get hit by blunt damage. That's how it used to work. I actually haven't tested that in Enhanced Edition, but I assume it still works like that. So literally, because the Dwarven Defender gets several things, I think it's also they get innate damage resistance at certain levels, like the Barbarians. So they get, like, say, an extra 10% damage resistance. Then they use the defensive stance for another 50%, so now they get 60%. And then one of the high-level abilities is one that gives an extra 40% to your damage resistance. I forgot what it is, but anyway, so that's 100%, so that's immune to all damage, all physical damage. And then there are several items in the game that actually boost your damage, one of which is available from the start, which is a flail. I forgot what it was called. But anyway, it boosts your damage resistance in certain categories by 15%. And so there's 115 right there, which is not too far into the game. You just have to get the high-level abilities. So that's pretty overpowered, having somebody that can go into, like, immunity to melee and range damage. Plus there's a belt that adds 50% to your missile damage resistance. So anyway, so that's pretty overpowered. Dwarven Defender, that's one of the classes they added, and I'm not there's a Druid, there's a new Druid that they added recently that looks like it sucks. Let me talk about the Druid, actually. Let me go back here. Yeah, let me bitch and moan about the Druid. Oh, he's not available here. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. They had him down here for some weird reason. Oh, yeah. Well, first let me talk about the Monk. The Monk has a new class. Or he used to be just the Monk was just a Monk, but now we have two categories of Monk. The Darkmoon Monk and Sun Soul Monk, and they're kind of, to be honest, kind of marginal in their what they add. The Sun Soul Monk seems to add like some kind of area of effect type stuff, and it's not really much to speak of. Yeah, to be honest, it's not really much to speak of. But if you want an evil or good themed Monk, then you have some options now. What was I? Okay, we're going to talk about the Shaman. So the Shaman was recently added in a patch. It has stuff that I find... I guess this is technically a Druid, although it's not in the Druid category, so I guess it's its own class. I'm not sure where it falls. I guess you would not be able to do the Druid Stronghold quests. I'm not sure, but it seems to act like a Druid. Yeah. Ineligible, yeah, ineligible for any strongholds. It's kind of a standalone class like the Monk. But anyway, basically, you can summon spirits. You can do go into a ritualistic dance, which I guess you just stand there, and you have a base chance to summon a spirit or something like that. You know, I don't find it too impressive. I mean, you could just, at level 18, hell, you can summon up spirits pretty quickly, and pretty good ones if you're a Druid, so I'm kind of writing this off as kind of useless. But anyway, was there any more? Did they do anything with the Bard? I think they fixed up the Bard a little bit, so some of the bugs that were oh, I was going to talk about the Druid. Okay, this is where I was going to bitch and moan. Now, these damn people that make these games, they hate Druids so much. It started with BioWare making Baldur's Gate, and they just, I remember, because I bought Baldur's Gate, I think, way back in the day, and I remember they said, well, as a druid, you can only get to level 6, because at level 7, you become really powerful, and we don't want that to happen. And so what happened? Well, they did the expansion, and where they added, what's it called? I don't even remember. But anyway, they did the expansion where you could get to level 7 as a druid, and then all of a sudden you get, what? Wolf, black bear, brown bear, and you're like, whoa, that's amazing. Not, and so the druids, nobody plays druids, nobody played druids back then because you didn't get very powerful as a druid. And then once you did get a chance to supposedly get, up there to where you'd be powerful, you found out it was really not even amazing in any way. It was really crappy. And they messed up the experience table to keep it. They did this again in Baldur's Gate 2. They're like, well, we're only going to get you to level, whatever it was, like 13 or something like that, because after level 13, that's where you get really powerful, right? And sure enough, Baldur's Gate Throne of Ball came out, and we could get past that level, cap, and we found out, well, Druid still kind of sucks. And then, oh god, there was a bug where, okay, so you got some kind of cool abilities. I mean, you did get good spells. They weren't anything just that blew you away, but you did get good spells eventually at level 7 as a druid. Level 7 spells as a druid. Let's see, you could also shapeshift into elementals, right? And you're like, wow, this is really great. But problem, the druid was always bugged. Any dispel magic or remove magic cast by your party or someone else on you, no matter what level, it didn't matter anything, they would instantly dispel your weapons, and all of a sudden you were using your fists. So your +4 weapons that added like I don't know, as an earth elemental, it added like a bunch of damage. Those were instantly gone if anybody cast a spell in your area, and you'd be slapping at people with your fists, which are really horrible for damage. But there was a saving grace to that, in that you could just equip a weapon, like a really high level weapon, like +4 scimitar or something like that, and you could use that, and that had its own series of exploits. Now, that was actually one way that a druid could be good, in fact, because you could also, on your offhand, you could equip a weapon with +1 attack, right? So, as a shapeshifter, shapeshifter was really, it gets even worse when you get into the druid subclasses, right? The Totemic Druid, the Avenger, and the Shapeshifter. Things get even worse. Totemic Druid was, I don't know, you can summon spirits, and that was basically it. You can't shapeshift, but who cares? I suppose this was probably the best version. Then the Avenger gave you some marginally good spells, but penalized your strength and constitution, which you could bypass in the non-enhanced edition, because if you made one in Baldur's Gate 1, you'd take the penalty. No, you wouldn't take the penalty. Wait a minute. I don't remember how you bypass that, but I remember bypassing the -1 strength and -2 strength and -2 constitution in the old Baldur's Gate 1 as an Avenger somehow. I don't remember how. But anyway, yeah, but anyway, it's pretty nasty that those penalties. May not wear armor heavier than leather. And then the Shapeshifter may not wear any armor, no other shapeshifting abilities, gives you the ability to shapeshift into werewolf, and at level 13, greater werewolf. Trouble is, and it's just so unbelievable that they never cared about this, but the greater werewolf, despite, supposedly being a pretty impressive, a pretty impressive creature, right? And it was kind of cool in a lot of ways. It only had claws. First of all, they did I think it was piercing damage, which is kind of probably the weakest damage, or weakest damage type. You know, you can't harm golems, clay golems and stuff like that, for instance. But anyway, it changed you into a greater werewolf with only +2 weapons. +2, which is, you start getting farther and farther in the game, you start running into loads of enemies that need +3 weapons or higher. +3 would have been okay, but +2 is really horrible. But the saving grace back then was that you could dispel your claws, right? I mentioned that before. When somebody cast a spell anywhere on your character, immediately if you were shapeshifted into something, your claws or your weapons for that creature went away, and you were just with your fists. And so what you could do was you could equip, say, was it the Belm +1? Yeah, Belm, which is a very early weapon you can get that gives you +1 attack. It's a scimitar, so you can use it as a druid. And then in the other hand, in your main hand, you could equip some like big damage club or something like that. And so then you'd have crushing damage, you'd have tons of attacks, because the shapeshifter greater werewolf would have like, God, was it 3? Yeah, it would have 3 base attacks, right? So all of a sudden you could have 5 attacks. Greater hasted, or yeah, it was greater haste? Yeah. Improved haste. Improved haste would give you 10 attacks, which is the max. So you'd have 10 attacks for like as long as your improved haste would stay there. Much longer than using a greater whirlwind. And it was just absolutely insane, because the greater werewolf also got a bunch of resistances. It got an immediate like boost to its armor class, so you could get an armor class of like -20, you know, without even trying. And it was pretty cool. But the key to it was being able to dispel your weapons and replace them with something decent, rather than using those +2 claws, which were just, you know, just horrible. And here's the problem. Guess what they decided to do? They did not decide to fix the greater werewolf so it was any better, right? They decided to keep it with +2 claws, and then they also fixed the shapeshifter weapons so they cannot be dispelled. So you cannot, in this version, now swap out, like... Well, first of all, I don't think you can actually... Or can you? You might be able to equip dual weapons still and shapeshifted, but you cannot dispel your claws, so you are stuck with those +2 weapons as a greater werewolf. Thus making the shapeshifter now useless. Thus making Cern, who was actually, if you knew how to use him, a pretty good character, now useless. So, yeah, that's my beef. They just hate druids. All these developers just hate druids, and they don't pay any attention. People tried to tell them, but no, they didn't pay any attention. They don't care. But anyway, is there? Yeah, after that. Oh yeah, there's one more class kit that I've got to mention here, because it's also an NPC. The Blackguard, which I thought was just someone who drank a lot, but maybe not. Maybe that's a blackguard. Anyway, it's a pretty good kit. It's somehow a paladin kit, but it's like an evil paladin. But it can't read my lips. Cannot use the Holy Avenger, unfortunately. So that kind of is a big mark against it. However, they have a lot of crazy advantages, like immune to level drain and fear. May turn undead as a paladin of the same level. Now, since they are evil, I don't know if they actually destroy the undead or if they just take them over. I don't actually know that. And you have an absorb health ability once per day. It's basically like the paladin's Lane of Hands, but against an enemy. I don't think it's as good because it's probably can be resisted, I'm guessing, although I don't really know. Poison weapon, though, it's freaking huge. May use poison weapon ability once per day. Gains one use at level 1. And essentially you gain multiple uses of poison weapon. Poison weapon is insanely good. If you saw my first run through of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, the old versions, then you saw how good poison could be, because I used an assassin. And in terms of like shutting down mages and stuff like that, it's just unbelievably effective. And I'm sorry, I'm actually hearing... Oh, okay, somebody's moving furniture. That was weird. It sounded literally like some monster growling. All right, and I think this version of poison is actually better than the assassins. I could be wrong, but poison itself, anytime you're using poison, it's absolutely devastating and really cool. Then you have Aura of Despair. This is basically kind of like a reverse bard song. Enemies suffer at the highest level. Enemies suffer -4 penalty to hit damage rolls, -4 penalty armor class for 1 turn. Enemies with 18 or fewer hit dice are panicked as well. 18 or fewer hit dice seems like pretty high. I mean, that seems like... I mean, 6 hit dice is like a pretty big elemental from what I understand, so that must be like pretty much every monster. I don't know if this is resistible or magic resistance or whatever. Alignment is restricted to evil, may not cast detect evil. Okay, yeah, that's fine. But it's a pretty powerful kit, all things considered. The only downside is you cannot use the Holy Avenger, Carcimer, which you can get fairly early in the game in Baldur's Gate 2. But there's an NPC that is this class in the game. And yeah, he's poorly written, but if you choose to use him, he's pretty overpowered. Alright, so anyway, so that's my spiel. So let's play Archer. We're going to be Archer, using Archer, because they actually, there's a couple of things that were fixed, making the Archer better. Called Shot, first of all, was really buggy in the old version. And Grand Mastery, because we can Grand Master in longbows, shortbows, and crossbows. Whoops, I'm human. I shouldn't be human. Hold on a minute. Let's go back to being elves. Ranger. Archer, there we go. Oh, I was going to talk about the Archer. Yeah, so Grand Mastery now, as I believe was said in the Baldur's Gate 1 manual, way back when, I used to have it, it had a listing of the bonuses for Mastery and Grand Mastery, and at Grand Mastery it said, you know, whatever it was, 2 + 3 to hit, +5 to damage, and an extra half an attack. Well, that extra half an attack in Baldur's Gate 2 was taken out. So once you achieve Grand Mastery, you just got, you know, the plus damage, I guess, a little bit more damage, and it was kind of a disappointment. But Grand Mastery in this version is now an extra half of an attack, so that's pretty good. That's a big boost. And Archer, in addition to all of his other bonuses here, can also get an extra half an attack at Grand Mastery and whatever his chosen weapon is. So anyway, I'm going to choose an Archer. I love playing most of my games, like, I don't know, recently, well, I haven't played this game in a while, but lately, my games in Baldur's Gate 2, I've always liked to pick an Archer as my main hero because it's such a good class, and having a lot of ranged in your party, and I'm actually probably going to go all ranged. I'm going to have everybody use ranged attacks, is so much quicker at actually getting through the game than any other way I know of, because all you have to do is just, you know, set them to some kind of script that has them shoot arrows when they see an enemy, and pretty much with like a party of 6 all shooting something at an enemy, pretty much everything goes down pretty quick. And it's kind of nice. It's very fun. So that's kind of what we're going to do. We're going to start with our main hero is going to be an Archer because, well, you could have, there's other options for it, but I really like Archer. There's a very powerful bow, crossbow, in fact, available in the beginning if you have the expansion Baldur's Gate Throne of Ball. And so that's what we're going to be doing. May not whether it's most of these downsides are not that big. May wear only leather, studded leather, and hide armor. That's fine. May become proficient in melee weapons. You know what? That's fine. Whenever we do need to use a melee weapon, and we might at some point, it's not going to really matter that we only have one proficiency in it. And may not use charm, the charm animal ability. That is a totally useless ability anyway, so we don't care. Alignment. And we're going to be a self-righteous prick in this game, so we're going to be lawful good. You can get a pretty high roll with the with these guys here. Store 87. I'm going to roll a little bit, see if I can get something really high. You can get like 90, above 90 pretty easy because of the way things work here. Basically, your class, your base class has certain minimums, and with something like a fighter, those minimums are actually pretty low on all stats. But with an archer, because you have to have a certain amount of like wisdom and maybe even charisma and whatever, then when you roll, they'll be pretty high. That's 90. Oh my god, I got 95, but I was talking and I wasn't paying attention. Oh god. Alright, I'm paying a little bit more attention here. It doesn't really matter. I don't need high stats. I just like doing this a little bit. I'm a rollaholic. 95. Yeah, you see how easy it was to pop out 95 there. Like I said, it's pretty damn easy with the archer. Also, if you duel or if you multi-class cleric, is it cleric ranger? Yeah, multi-class cleric ranger. Then you can get, I mean, because both of those classes have minimum stats or minimums in certain attributes that are very high, and so combined, it's very easy to roll very high numbers for them. God, that 95 pisses me off, and I missed it. It's like, yeah, I think I'm probably gonna start rolling here. 92. Well, there we go. Let's see what we can get with 92. Okay, that's maxed. That's maxed. Intelligence. Now, some people will wrongly tell you that you can put an intelligence to 3 and do fine. That is so wrong. You know why? Because one hit from a Mind Flayer and you are dead. You are chunked if you have 3 intelligence. So I like to be able to take, like, maybe 3 hits, in fact. So I might pump intelligence to... yeah, we might pump intelligence up there. Wisdom not really needed. So I might pump intelligence a little bit. Maybe to... well, we'll get a book. So that's fine. That's fine right there, really. With a book, I'll get +1 intelligence, and I'll be able to take 3 hits from a Mind Flayer. Wisdom, I can't go down any farther. Yeah, the only other reason I'm not sure. Okay, this is another thing I'm not sure about with the engine. Now, supposedly, wisdom was supposed to affect something to do with like your spell reaction or something like that. It also, I think, has some very minor effects on some dialogue. So, you know, I don't agree with guys that just drop their intelligence or wisdom all the way. Charisma, on the other hand, charisma is not needed, especially if you have somebody in your party with high charisma. You can just put them in the lead, and we're probably going to have that. So, I'm fine with this. Yeah. Alright, skills. Well, I am going to be using a crossbow at some point. And then the question is, what else? Mace. Let's see, axe. I'm going to have to put this in something where I'm going to be using, you know, something else. I might be using at some point, I might be using a mace. And let's see here. I didn't actually think this out. possibly even a flail. There's a mace that I have in mind, a flail maybe. There's definitely a flail worth using in the game at some point. In fact, that flail's pretty amazing. A warhammer, there's a warhammer of note. Bastard sword, longsword. As far as this, you know, as far as Baldur's Gate 1 goes, I don't actually care. I'm gonna get through Baldur's Gate 1 so quick it's not gonna matter anyway. Two-handed weapon style. None of these styles help my ranged attack, so I don't care. Alright, so we'll do that. Alright, racial enemy. Now, you know, it used to be in Baldur's Gate 1, the original, that it doesn't really matter what you pick in the original Baldur's Gate 1, because when you get to Baldur's Gate 2, you basically just re-pick your character. So, like in Baldur's Gate 1, in the old version, you go through Baldur's Gate 1, import your character, and then once you start the game in Baldur's Gate 2, you just re-pick all these things, except for like your stats and stuff. So I could pick things that help me, like skills, skill points. I could put my skill points in things that would help me in Baldur's Gate 1, and then in Baldur's Gate 2, I just re-pick them for Baldur's Gate 2. But in this version, you can't do that, because literally your entire character is copied over word for word into Baldur's Gate 2, and you know, anything you pick for like a racial enemy or whatever in Baldur's Gate 1, you're stuck with it in Baldur's Gate 2. So I have to be careful. Now, racial enemy, by far, I would say the most useful is Demonic Fel. Dragons don't pop up enough for me to really pick it, but Demonic and Fel, there's several. Not only are there summons that you have to deal with, but there's several points in the game where I'm going to go through and that's almost going to be all I'm fighting. So definitely a good idea, I think. Elementals are good, but they're not powerful enough for me to really bother with them. Yeah, elementals are common, but just not powerful enough. A lot of this stuff is common, but it's not powerful enough to cause me problems. But Demonic Fel, demons in the game are a problem at one point for sure. So your racial enemy, I believe, it gives you +4 to hit and damage versus whatever that is. So that's pretty good. It's pretty solid. Oh, okay, so they changed this around a bit. Let's choose my hair color. I guess we'll go redhead. Skin color. Yeah, that's fine. Clothing, although it doesn't matter when you wear armor, not too much. Let's see here. Let's go something not too flamboyant. Okay, that's okay. I don't think this matters too much because, like I said, it pretty much gets overwritten by your armor.
Death to you all! Your life.
We're not stuck with
ends
this. We
here.
can change this later.
Get over here!
I think that was added
Let's
in
give them
the
a right
expansion. Yeah, that one too.
You got this coming!
Wait a minute.
Time for a bit
there
of
it is.
wolf and Tom.
That's the one I always like to keep there, or like to pick. Okay, I'm gonna name myself Ivor in honors of Heroes of Might and Magic 3 because I'm a ranged character. That used to be one of my favorite characters to play in Heroes of Might and Magic 3, by the way. Okay, difficulty core rules. You can go. They added a new difficulty called Legacy of Ball. You can once you pick that, you can never change it. I tried it out, and it's basically insane difficulty. So enemies inflict 200% more damage. Plus, they have more hit points, improved Thaco, better saving throws, and more attacks per round. Nah, I mean to do that, you would really have to play the game in a specific way that I don't really feel like doing. You know, you'd have to literally make your party around the idea of beating that. I'm a little bit in this playthrough. I'm a little bit into just playing it straight through in a straightforward manner, kind of role playing more. So we're gonna just pick core rules.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings
I'm just gonna skip this. Okay, so we're just gonna blaze through this thing. Let's see, got 13 to 13. That's not a bad. I think that's not a bad roll, is it? see. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, let me see if my sound... Yeah, those are right. Okay.
A simple task.
Okay, we might as well get set up a little bit. We're gonna need, something, I guess.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
I think in my other playthrough, I went ahead and just killed, somebody in here for experience. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Or actually, maybe I should do that now that I'm thinking about it. It's been a while since I played this, actually. Okay, heavy crossbow, damage +2, speed factor 10. There's no reason not to do the heavy crossbow thing, I think. Now, nice thing about this is I like being able to see all these modifications right here on this screen. This is pretty nice. So I can tell my base Thaco is 20 because I'm level 1. And then I've got dexterity modification -3 and then proficiency modification of -1. And I think I am going to kill, what's his face? Yeah, Firebuild Elven here. There's a couple of reasons why I want to do this. He gives a little bit of gold. What's my rep? Am I going to fall? No, I don't think I'm going to get Fallen Ranger status because of this. He gives a little bit of gold. There's absolutely no downside to doing it, and I get a level up. And I think yeah, I think it's wise to do this. And plus, because I'm going to get a level up, the party members I'm going to get are going to be a higher level, and I won't have to worry about leveling them. So I think we're going to do this.
And done. A simple task.
And you know the drill. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's nice that I can see his hit points. You always wonder how much hit points this guy actually has. What the... Oh, that's bad. Really? Hold on a minute. I didn't... Okay. This is new. Let me see if I can take my freaking... take my... God, where's the AI? Oh, God. Where do I... Where's my AI script? Darn it. Crap. Or maybe I... Can you... There it is, script. Okay. Advanced AI, alright. Attack enemies... Ranged weapons using... Okay, well this is nice. So, this is another thing that they did in this enhanced edition, is they added some options and maybe even improved the AI. Okay, I'm going to take it off AI entirely, because the problem was that once I came up here, I decided to just kill this sleeping guy, and that was a problem because that instantly made it so I had a reputation loss. Okay. Yeah.
A simple task. A simple task.
Let's see if I can get him again. Oh, I got him.
Done and done. Of course.
Okay, it's not enough time there.
A simple task. Of course.
Not enough time there.
A simple task. Done and done.
Got him. Nice. One more. Uh-oh. This is probably... Yeah, that's probably the one that's going to kill me right there.
Of course. Yeah.
I don't actually know if this is going to, like, make the whole place hostile. It might. They might have changed it like that.
Done and done.
Oh, I'm probably too close there.
Of course. Yeah.
Come on. Do it. Get him. Gotcha. Prick. Okay, did I fall? Ah, I did fall. Okay. Well, damn. Damn it, damn it, damn. Okay, turns out that that was all. That was all for naught. Ah.
Of course. Yeah.
Crap. Well, seems, you know, this is actually There was a new patch for this enhanced edition here that came out recently, and I have not played through it since. That stuff used to work, but apparently now it doesn't. So, sorry for wasting your time. I really didn't know.
Hey, it's me, Emmowen.
Yeah. Go away. Let's get out of here.
Oh, my child.
There are
Glad I
some
have found you.
quests and things you can do in here. I'm not going to
Listen
bother
carefully.
with.
If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them. Let's hurry, child. The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I will explain everything as soon as there is time. Wait, there is something wrong.
Well,
We are
I'll
in
wait
an
for this to
ambush.
stop. Yeah.
Prepare yourself.
You're perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
Run, child. Get out of
Manus potentis paro.
I believe he has stone skin on, and somehow he gets hit right through the stone skin.
The dawn is especially cruel this morning.
Ah, well, there goes
It's me,
Ryan.
Emmowen.
Never to be seen again, actually. Okay, now, Emmowen has one use here, and that is the fact that... actually, what is her pickpockets and stuff? Yeah, it's pretty low. Yeah, she has one use, and that's the fact that she's carrying some potions that I want. So that's why I'm going to talk to her, and then I'm going to ditch her. It doesn't have any armor. I thought she did. Okay, never mind that. She has some arrows, but I don't use arrows. Reform party. Goodbye, Emmowen. Oh, nothing. I expected her to...
Task.
Oh, wait, what? Reform party. Remove. Yes. Okay, there we go. I'm not used to the new menus. That's what's going on. Okay, now I go down here, and the only reason I go down here is to activate High Hedge. And
Of course.
I'm not going there yet because I'm going to the end of the screen over here. It's not really a speed run. It's just a kind of an efficient run. Yeah. Here's the thing. It's more efficient for me to level up solo before I start hiring other guys. And because I don't really like to play through... I don't really like to build up characters in Baldur's Gate 1 because in Baldur's Gate 2, they just go back to whatever their default was. So there's no reason to hire party members in order to build them up. So I'm probably going to be skipping having most of the party members until the last part, where I'll probably need to hire some help for like Saravok. And we'll do the real party stuff in Baldur's Gate 2, which I plan to use a party of 6 in Baldur's Gate 2, by the way.
Mantalan, you are so aggravating.
Yeah.
It's disturbing to my demeanor.
Again, they have potions. Free potions and some free leather armor, which I need. Can I just press 1? No, I can't. I could just press 1. I could sell this junk. Monteron. Again, they're level 1 because I'm level 1, so I kick these guys out.
Something troubling you?
Alright. Get out of here. Okay, so now I activated this place, and it doesn't flash or anything when I click on it. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is, again, the new menu. There's Yeah, I'm gonna go over here first.
Oh there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
Alright, insult him because
Simple
he's a
task.
prick. Go away, please. I can't save with you walking around. Thank you. Alright. And, well, I spent most of the time this hour talking about stuff. And this should be a ring. There we go. There you are. Can't hide in shadows right now. Yeah, hide in shadows failed. Oh, well. It's alright. We just want to go up here and activate this map. We don't want to go to it yet. We want to go first. We want to go down here. I believe we want to go down there, right? Right. Did we have anything else to do? No, I think we just go... I think we just go to the right. This is just the most efficient way to go to where I need to go without activating a bunch of enemies and running around doing a bunch of nonsense like that. How many attacks do I have? Sorry. I'm just curious. I think it's one attack, right? Oh, goodness. Combat stats? I don't know. How many attacks do I have? Where do I find that out? What the heck? Sorry, I'm new to this. New to this new layout here. Well... Oh, okay. Attacks per round. Okay, 1.5. Alright. Yeah. Jeez. I'm not this new, but you know, they changed things a lot here since the last patch. And there's no cutscene. Huh. That's interesting. Interesting.
I'm actually quite sharp.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I need to raise my rep just a little bit, because if I don't, and I kill this guy, I really want to kill this guy. Really want to freaking kill this guy. Let's see, where's a temple around here? I've never visited the temple around here. Oh, no, I can get him the book, that's right. That'll raise my reputation. Let me go buy the book here. And then I think I can kill him without falling, right? I think.
Now, get out. I don't...
You tell him, Marl.
You can get a little bit of experience for this guy. Let's just hope I don't mess up the dialogue.
Are you talking to me?
It's been a while. There we go. Yeah, 900 experience is not too bad.
I got some cheap beer for you.
Yeah, history of the fateful coin. What else does he have, or did they change anything? I can also sell some of this stuff, which I'm not going to use. I cannot identify this yet, so we're not going to do anything with it. Arrow +2, history of the fateful coin, and all that good stuff. Okay, fine.
Done and done.
This guy asks for the history of the fateful
It's
coin.
hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Done and
I wish
done.
they wouldn't pop this crap up. Let me see if I can get rid of that. Multiplayer chat box, score weather. Maybe I can't. Okay.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I got a scroll case for that. Which I think is new as per the enhanced edition. I think maybe. Okay. Did I get... I did get a reputation boost. Yes, I did. Okay, now I think I can kill him without going fallen, right? Supposedly? Do I want to go in here, or do I want to go to the... I gotta go upstairs. What the hell? Alright, bro. Eat it. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh yeah, almost there, baby. I'm gonna go up here. Oh, he's coming over.
Of course. You done and done.
Alright. A few more free shots. The stairs exploit was not fixed in this version, obviously. Or going in and out of places. I got a miss, so I'm gonna get the hell out of there.
A simple task.
Oh, he didn't come follow me this time, huh?
Of course.
Again, I don't know whether we... Ah! I fell... What? Okay, you know, it must auto-fall you. That sucks. Okay, so apparently it auto-falls you or something, because I don't think... I'm pretty sure that... yeah, I'm pretty sure that shouldn't have affected me like that normally. Just falling to 6 reputation doesn't make you fall as a ranger usually, I think. That sucks. Sucks. So I think it just makes you fall automatically if you kill that guy, which is stupid.
A simple task.
Well, you know what? Let me see if I can kill this guy real quick.
A simple task.
There's a guy in here with a decent cloak. I'm not sure if I... Which used to be so overpowered. Okay, reputation decreased 5. I got away with that. Yeah, I think it highly depends on who it is you kill. Oh, of course, my reputation only decreased 5, and I'm still 8 reputation. You know what? I got another idea. I'm still not convinced. Here.
Of course.
Let me go to the... I know where there's a temple, and I can increase my reputation. Let me go there, increase my reputation high enough so that when I kill that guy, I'm not going to fall too far in my reputation. And actually, there's a quest over here I think I can do, believe it or not, and it gives me a little bit of experience in some items.
Hello there. I have a pretty proposal for you.
Do this. We got 28 seconds here. So after we do this, we're going to go ahead and take a break. Alright. Actually, okay, since I get to stop here, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a break right here. So we're going to go ahead and continue later.